Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to contribute to this very important statement about election-related violence and the calls for justice. Mr. Speaker, as a member of Parliament, I join all discerning Ghanaians who are calling or who are condemning the violence that we saw at Ablekuma North last week, Friday. And Mr. Speaker, violence in election is a threat to our democracy. And we must all join hands to ensure that Ghanaians can go to the polls and vote for people that they wish to lead them without coming into contact with any act of violence. However, Mr. Speaker, I find it very, very intriguing that the call for justice and the condemnation of what happened at Ablekuma North is coming from the minority side. I say so because, just like my honorable colleague, the Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, has said, under the NPP regime from 2017 to 2024, we saw how almost every election organized under them was characterized by violence, and not just violence, Mr. Speaker, state-sponsored violence. Mr. Speaker, I stand here in this house today as a survivor of the January 2019 Ayawaso West-Wuogon by-election violence. Mr. Speaker, I went to the Legon Hall polling station as a national executive of the NDC, properly accredited by the Electoral Commission. Mr. Speaker, I had no weapon, not even a pen or paper. I had no weapon. I had no pepper spray. I only went to the polling station as a national executive accredited by the Electoral Commission to observe elections. But Mr. Speaker, men clad in national security apparel moved to me and attacked me. They did so in the presence of the military, and that is why I am surprised that the former defense minister, under whose watch we saw the military used for such pettiness, could today be demanding for investigation. What did he do when he was Minister for Defense? Mr. Speaker, right in front of the military, in front of the police, I was attacked in front of MPP national executives. I have records, their voices, pictures of MPP officials who praised and even mocked Sam George and I that they could have done better or the tax should have beaten us better. Mr. Speaker, I condemn violence, but my point is that he who calls for equity, if you cannot come with clean hands, at least hold a hand sanitizer. What happened to the recommendations of the Ayawaso West-Wuogon by elections? So today, if they sit in this chamber and pontificating and pretending as though this is the first time, Mr. Speaker, like I said, I went to the polling station with no weapon, and yet I was attacked. Mr. Speaker, in 2020, I was at Techiman South, again, as an observer. I saw how people in military uniform opened gun on NDC supporters, and the videos are there. I can share for the records. So if today the preaching in this house is as though for the first time we have seen, like I said, I also support the call that let's condemn violence. But like I'm saying, those who are calling for the justice should remember that just like the former minister said, crime has no expiry date. There are victims of Ayawaso West-Wuogon violence today. Some of them have been amputated. They are demanding for justice. All the families of the 8 people who died in the 2020 elections, their families are demanding for justice. Mr. Speaker, people who were brutalized in Banda during registration because they were votarians and they were being prevented from registration right in front of us, their families are demanding for justice. Mr. Speaker, the families of the people that were brutalized in Kasua, including the people that Hawa Kumsin herself admitted shooting at them, those families are equally calling for justice. If we want to see an end to electoral violence, as all of us are preaching, Mr. Speaker, let us stretch our hands in the investigative process and bring to book those men who are even easier to identify because they were in national security uniform. It means it was a state-sponsored vigilantism. All of them must be brought to book. And Mr. Speaker, that level of terrorism in our elections will stop. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I have seen that President Mahama is different. President Mahama is different because... Mr. Speaker, President Mahama is different because in his first 100 days, he instructed the IGP to open investigations into the killings in the 2020 elections. We are told that the reports are ready. President Mahama is committed to ensuring that everybody who has been a victim of any electoral malpractice or violence, all of those people will get the justice that they deserve. Mr. Speaker, I conclude by calling on the House, especially the Senate members of the House, to join me, pay a minute of silence in memory of Tuareg and the 8 people who lost their lives in the 2020 elections and all other people who lost their lives. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please, kindly resume your seats.